All right, good evening, good evening. As welcome back, you all. Monique Pearson, CEO of Soaring Without Limits Enterprises, and I have the pleasure of having with me this evening Miss Janine Horn, who is the founder of Zenwell Health, and she will also be one of our partners for the Beyond the Diagnosis Conference. So, as I said to you all the other night, every day this week, we'll be spotlighting some of our partners that will be joining with us. So you can find out a little bit more about them and who they are, what they have to offer, and what they will be showcasing at the conference. So I'm going to go ahead and welcome Janine. Janine, how are you this evening?
I am doing well. Thank you, Monique. Thank you for having me.
We are so happy to have you and blessed to have you be a part of the conference. So, I would love for you to share with everyone what exactly is Zenwell Health? Like, what are your services? What do you offer? And also, like, give us a sneak peek as to what you will be bringing forth to everyone at the conference.
Yes, absolutely. So, again, everyone, my name is Janine Horn, registered nurse. I'm a Reiki practitioner. I do a lot of healing energy work, and also keynote speaker, author, all those great things, right? And so, I own Zenwell Health. Zenwell Health, we are a community health consulting and public health and population health strategic organization that works with individuals, families, communities, healthcare systems, county health departments, and hospital systems to help our seniors and our caregivers navigate the complexity of the healthcare system, and also to reduce unnecessary hospitalizations, helping people to understand their diagnoses and building care plans around that so you can help with care coordination, care navigation, and respite support, especially for our caregivers who carry on like such a huge burden, taking care of, maybe elderly parents or grandparents, and then also have other family members at home, whether it's young children, spouses, all those things. And we call that the sandwich generation, when you're like right in the middle and you're taking care of the elderly and also your younger family that's at home, which can lead to a high amount of stress for burnout, especially for Black women, since we have we assume a lot of that burden as being caregivers. And I won't keep saying it as a burden, but when you're burnt out, when you need a break, like that can be very triggering, because it's like, well, what about me? Like, I need
Yeah.
help and support. So that's what we help to do. We work primarily with organizations, community health settings, just to really get the word out for the different resources that are available to our community and the residents that we serve, especially as it pertains to mental health, because mental and behavioral health conditions have been on the rise.
Mhm.
I think, with COVID, that really sparked really how much mental health has an impact on not only your mental, but your physical, which is usually a late stage manifestation, when you are dealing with emotional issues, whether it's anxiety or depression,
Mhm.
PTSD, all those things can contribute to poor outcomes in your health physically, due to the rise in cortisol level, your stress, you're not moving enough, you're not as active, you may have difficulty sleeping, and all of those things can have a profound effect.
Mhm.
And with women in general, with Black women, we experience hypertension, diabetes, autoimmune conditions, hormonal imbalances, and a lot of that can be, you may, the symptoms are so similar to a lot of other issues. So we don't really understand sometimes like what's the pinpoint. But a lot of times, if you trace it back, it has a lot to do with how you're feeling mentally.
Hmm. So where are you located, Janine, and far as how and far as contact information, website, can you share that with us as well?
Yes. So my business is based out of Charles County, Maryland, but I serve Southern Maryland, the DMV, and also Delaware as well. And my website is www.zenwellhealth.com. You can also call. Local is 301-848 5931. And then our toll free number is 844 593 5936. And so those are the ways that you can get in contact with us. And you can also email me as well, connect@zenwellhealth.com. And we are more than happy to, maybe just schedule discovery calls with you, give you more information about the programs that we offer. We're more program based. So I don't like to lean towards the word as services. Like, we are building more scalable, sustainable programs that are
Mhm.
helping our community and the residents that we serve thrive. So the programs that we offer are, of course, the senior wellness programs where we work with seniors, whether it is, medication management, physical activity, mindfulness as well, because we incorporate that for our seniors. And then we also work with our caregivers too, to give them tips and tricks on tools for caregiver burnout and the dealing with a lot of some of the mental and emotional dysregulation. And so you work with people energetically and provide like Reiki energy healing, guided meditation, sound healing is one. And then we also do a coaching and consulting program.
Awesome. I'm glad that you mentioned caretakers as well. So I did like to take this opportunity to let the listeners know that this conference is also for the caretakers. As you said, that goes hand in hand with those who are actually walking with the autoimmune disorder as far as that support system. So I want to let you know that you are welcome in this space too for the Beyond the Diagnosis Conference, which is going to be May 16th, 2026 from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. in Columbia, Maryland at the Owen Brown Interfaith Center. And registration is now open. So we would love to have you join us. If you go to www.IamMoniquePearson.com to go ahead and claim your seat. So Janine also is going to be blessing us with a workshop. Janine, can you give us a little bit more insight as to what the people can expect at the conference with your workshop?
Yes. So with my workshops and how I usually show up is I hold space for people. So I am coming from a realistic perspective. So sometimes my workshops and my programs, we have like real just conversations. It's very conversational. It's very interactive. I am not just standing on a platform, telling you what I read from a textbook. This is lived experiences, and I try to connect with my audience in that way, because we all have experienced some form of burnout, some form of dysregulation, emotional challenges, mental health issues, but sometimes we don't know who we can be vulnerable with. And especially for women that are, in executive level positions or working in high stress environments and then have to come home and still work more, doing work with your family and your children and all of that, the pickups, the drop-offs, the kids got their own schedule of activities going on, and so a lot of times it's that, when can I take my armor off and when can I decompress? Because I'm always 10, 15 steps ahead for everyone else. But when my cup is running over, who do I go to for that type of support? So my topic I'd like to speak about is called regulated and not just resilient. So a lot of times we always, people tell you, oh, you're so strong, you got this, anybody can do it. I know it's you, and it's like, that's very dismissive. If you're really experiencing some hardship, some issues going on, you don't want to just hear that you'll be fine in time, it'll get better, because that just diminishes your experience. So I want people to understand how they can begin to get off of this bouncing back. So it's like, you're always going through something and then you want to bounce back and, get back on you come up, you're back on your feet again. But when can we have more of a regulated body, mind, and soul, so that we are not constantly going up and down with our emotions and our feelings and things of that nature? I really do believe in, cognitive-based talk therapy, but sometimes that's just not enough. We need to add some other tools to our toolbox in order for us to really thrive. I also talk about the physical conditions that arise, especially when it pertains to the nervous system, your sympathetic and your parasympathetic nervous system, the different parts of the brain that it affects, and then how that cascades through other systems in your body, whether it's endocrine related, cardiovascular, respiratory, and reproductive as well. So it is a clinical take but it's informative, but it's also, we're just going to have some real conversations.
That's why y'all need to be in the room. I am super excited because, as Janine said, we don't want to just talk at you. We want to talk with you. And everyone who is going to be partaking in this conference is going to be coming from that perspective, creating that sense of community. So I am super excited. So I would be love to share this excitement with those who are going to be in the room with us. As I shared the other day, we are going to empower, we are going to inspire, but we're also going to have fun, and we're going to network, we're going to laugh, and we are going to connect. So don't miss out. Go ahead now, stop waiting and get your tickets, everyone. I can't wait to see you, can't wait to meet you, as well as Janine and all of the rest of the partners for the conference. So we'll make sure to drop all this information here in the chat for you all to chime in and hit us up for any questions. So thanks for joining us, and I'll see you again tomorrow evening. Thank you, Janine.
Thank you, Monique. Have a good evening, everyone.
You too.